Alright, hey guys, we're hopping into Deuteronomy 5 and 6. And Moses called all of Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and judgments which I speak in your ears this day, that ye may learn them and keep to do them. The Lord our God made a covenant with us in Oreb, and the Lord made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us, who all of us are here alive this day. And the Lord talked with you face to face in the mount out of the midst of the fire, and I stood between the Lord and you at that time to show you the word of the Lord, which you were afraid by reason of fire, and went not into the mount, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me, and thou shalt not make any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy upon thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. And thou shalt not take the Lord of thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless if he takes his name in vain. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as the Lord God hath commanded thee. 6 thou shalt thou labor and do thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord, and in it thou shalt not do any work, nor thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thine ox, nor thine donkey, nor any of thine cattle, nor for the stranger that is within thy gates, or thy manservant, or thy maidservant, that they may rest as well as thou. And remember that thou was given a servant in the land of Egypt, that the Lord God brought thee out of, that hence a mighty hand stretched out an arm. Therefore the Lord thy God commanded to keep the Sabbath day. Honor thy father and the mother, as thy Lord God hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, that it may go well with thee in the land which the Lord hath given thee. Thou shalt not kill, neither shalt thou commit adultery, neither shalt thou steal, neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor, and neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife, neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, or manservant, or maidservant, his ox, his donkey, or anything that is thy neighbor's. These words of the Lord God spoke to all your assembly in the mountain of the midst of fire, the cloud, and the thick darkness with a great voice, and he added no more. He wrote them in 2 tables of stone and delivered them unto me. And it came to pass, when ye heard the voice out of the midst of darkness, for the mountain to burn with fire, that ye came near unto me, even all the heads of your tribes and your elders. And ye said, Behold, the Lord our God hath showed us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice, and out of the midst of the fire we have seen that this day God doth talk with man, and he liveth. Now therefore why should we die? For this great fire consumes us. If we hear the voice of the Lord our God any more, then we shall die. For who there is all flesh that heard the voice of the living God speak out of the midst of the fires we have, and lived? Go thou near and hear all that the Lord God shall say. Speak unto us what the Lord God shall speak unto thee, and we will hear it, and we will do it. And the Lord God heard the voice of your words when ye spake unto me. And the Lord said unto me, I have heard the voice of which the people they have spoken unto me, and have said well as they have spoken. Oh, that there were such a heart in them, that they would fear me, keep my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever. Go, say to them, Get you into your tents again. But as for thee, stand thou here by me, and I will speak unto thee all the commandments, the statutes, the judgments which thou shalt teach them, and that they may do into the land which I give them to possess it. Ye shall observe to do therefore as the Lord your God hath commanded you. Ye shall not turn aside to the right hand, to the left. Ye shall walk in all the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you, that ye may live, that it may be well with you, that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess. Then we go on to chapter 6. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, the judgments which the Lord God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land which ye go to possess it, that thou might fear the Lord your God, to keep all statutes, commandments which I command thee, thou and thy son, and thy son's son, in all the days of thy life, and thy days that may be prolonged. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye might increase mightily, as the Lord of the God of thy fathers has promised thee, in a land that overflows with milk and with honey. O hear, Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto the children, and thou shalt talk of them when thou sittest in the house, and when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. For thou shalt bind them for a sign upon the hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. Thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. And it shall be, when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee into the land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to give thee the great and goodly cities, which thou buildest not, and the houses full of good things which thou fillest not, and the wells digged that you did not diggest, yet vineyards and olive trees which thou had not plantest. And when thou hast eaten and shalt be full, then beware lest thou forget the Lord which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the land of bondage. And thou shalt fear the Lord thy God, and serve him, and ye shall swear by his name. You shall not go after other gods, the gods of other people which are round about you. For the Lord that God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the God be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from the face of the earth. You shall not tempt the Lord your God as ye has tempted him in Massa. You shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord your God, with his testimonies and his statutes which he has commanded thee. And thou shalt do which is right and good in the sight of the Lord, that it may be well with thee, that thou mayest go in and possess the good land which the Lord has sworn unto thy fathers, to cast out all thine enemies from before thee, as the Lord God has spoken. When thy son asked thee to come in, saying, What is the testimonies, the statutes, the judgments which the Lord God commanded you? Then thou shalt say unto your son, We were Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt, and the Lord God brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. And the Lord showed signs and wonders and great sore upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh and his household before our eyes. And he brought us out from thence that he might bring us in and give us the land which he swore to our fathers. And the Lord God commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God for good always. He might preserve us alive as it is at this day, and it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord as he commanded us. And that will be all. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.